The original story last weekend was that Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer named Natalia Veselnitskaya met in Trump Tower last year to discuss Russian adoptions. Well, now that meeting has grown to as many as 8 people. Earlier this week, Trump Jr. released emails showing he agreed to the meeting after being promised damaging information about Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump Sr.'s rival in the presidential election. Veselnitskaya was portrayed in the emails as a Russian government lawyer. We now have a more complete view of what really happened at that meeting. Present for the Trump side, in addition to Trump Jr., were Jared Kushner, son-in-law of the president, and Paul Manafort, the campaign chairman. On the other side, we now know a Russian-American lobbyist named Rinat Akhmetshin, who has a background in the Soviet military where he served in a counterintelligence unit in the 1980s, was also present. Also, there was music publicist Rob Goldstone, who arranged the meeting, and a Russian-born American translator who previously spent years working for the U.S. government. It's possible there was at least one more person in the room as well. Akhmetshin, the lobbyist, denies being an agent of the Russian government. He has worked with Veselnitskaya on pro-Russia issues in the past, and according to the Associated Press, he claims that Veselnitskaya presented to the Trump side documents that allegedly showed illegal campaign funds flowing to Clinton. In his telling, it isn't clear if those documents were left behind in Trump Tower. If they were, that would be a significant thing for investigators to look into. He says he did not know if the documents came from the Russian government. Donald Trump Jr. says no information that was useful to the campaign was given at the meeting, but critics in Washington are pouncing. They're calling for a more intense investigation.
In light of the actions this week, the emails that we saw related to Donald Trump Jr.'s meeting with the Russians, now we know a counterintelligence person in the meeting as well, that it is important that we see all electronic communication, whether it's direct messaging, Twitter, email, text, whatever it happens to be, among the members of the Trump family and within the Trump administration.
The investigations into this alleged Russian interference in the U.S. election have been picking up speed. On Friday, a former Trump campaign advisor met with a Congressional Intelligence Committee. More campaign officials are expected to testify in the coming weeks and months.